Pair caught with ketamine-filled Kinder eggs in their bums. Cream. I mean, as someone who's worked as a bouncer, I have seen some imaginative ways of smuggling drugs into venues. I mean, I'll admit I will give you a good pat down, and I know all the little tricks. I'm not actually going to say them out loud because I don't want to give any of you cheeky little buggers ideas. However, I will do everything up until me putting the rubber gloves on. Basically, if it's up there, you've earned it. You know, you've earned being able to smuggle that stuff inside because I'm not going up there. You know, I don't care. I don't care if I'm on £25 an hour. I don't care if that's up there. That's where it's staying. Two men. Look at them. Even their heads are shaped like Kinder eggs. Two men were found with Kinder eggs filled with ketamine in their bums as they tried to sneak the drugs into Creamfields Festival. Marshall Maddock and Harry Hewitson tried to sneak the drugs into the Daresbury Music Festival on Friday, August 25th last year, the Liverpool Echo reports. As they were about to enter through the North Gate, sniffer dogs raised the alarm and both men were taken to be searched by officers. Maddox, 21, handed a small quantity of drugs over to the police, but then refused to be searched further. Before he refused, an intimate search was then carried out. Officers found a Kinder egg filled with 10 bags of ketamine in his anus. Hewitson, 22, also refused to be searched initially, but was also found with the chocolate capsule filled with drugs hidden in his anus, Cheshire Police said. For those of you that don't know, they didn't have the actual egg up there, like it was just melted. A Kinder egg is a little chocolate egg toy. When you pop it open, there's a little thing inside it. It's very commonly used for drug smuggling. Very commonly used. It's like a little plastic capsule that has a little toy inside it. But people use it for smuggling drugs into prison, into nightclubs, blah blah blah. I've caught people with them sellotaped inside their armpit. I've caught that as well. The pair were both sentenced at Chester Crown Court on Friday, October the 4th. Maddock of Roberts Drive, Rudheath, was jailed for 18 months after he admitted possession of Class A drugs, cocaine, and possession of Class B drugs, ketamine, with intent to supply. Hewitson of Lane Road, Northwich, was also sentenced to 18 months after he pleaded guilty to possession of Class B drugs, ketamine, with intent to supply. Following the sentencing, PC Lisa Green said that both men had multiple opportunities to rethink what they were doing. I mean, I think it's definitely, basically, if you have something up your bum, that is the perfect time to call the decisions you make into question. Right? I'm just saying. That's definitely a time to reflect. She said Maddock and Hewitson were well aware of the law and they have had multiple opportunities to rethink what they were doing. Amnesty bins were in place at entrance points of the site for prohibited items, but despite this, they continued in their efforts to smuggle in harmful and illegal drugs. The festival is a huge operation, and Cheshire Police work with event organisers and security staff in a bid to prevent illegal drugs getting into the site. Be under no illusion, while a large majority of Creamfield's festival goers are respectful, those smuggling drugs into the event will be charged and dealt with by the courts. Do not make this mistake. Now, I think I've told this story on this channel before. Now, sniffer dogs are not like in movies. They're not like in movies where they start barking and going mental when they detect drugs. They're actually trained not to do that so that they don't alert people. Right? Now, someone who I know, is a very, very handsome, attractive man, extremely funny as well, was trying to take a little bit of weed into tea in the park. And there were sniffer dogs coming down the line. And this person said, "Oh shit." And went, "I don't." And then this person thought, "I don't worry, it'll probably be fine." And then the sniffer dog came up next to the person, didn't do anything, but it sat down and looked at him. And the person thought, "Huh, strange." And then the guy with the sniffer dog just carried on his way. All of a sudden, two plainclothes police officers appeared behind this gentleman. They were just standing there in the queue, appeared behind the gentleman and whisked him away. And then when the gentleman's bag was searched, and they said, and they found just a little bit of weed, just a little bit of weed, just enough for the festival and everything. They asked him, "Do you have intent to supply?" And I was like, "That little paltry amount? No." I mean, the person said that little paltry amount? No. And then they said, why didn't you just put it in the amnesty bin? And this person, being a genius, being young and stupid, but being quite the genius, said, because I wanted to smoke it. The police officer said, fair enough, but we're confiscating it, and you're very, very lucky we're still allowing you inside. But hey ho, that's what happens, right? However, weed, I'm fine with weed. I don't give a fuck about weed. Coke, yeah, it makes me uncomfortable. I don't like it. I've been to parties where like my mates and stuff like that do it, but I don't like it. Coke makes me uncomfortable. However, I don't know. Does anybody remember remember Skins, that TV show Skins? That ruined drugs. That made drugs cringe. Oh my god, like I'm absolutely fleeing out my face on the eckies, and it's only like 2 o'clock on a Tuesday. It just made drugs embarrassing. It just made I'm absolutely fleeing. You're a wee fanny. It's just cringe. You feel embarrassed now when you see some wee guy with the pupils like pound coins, people like, eh, like it's just embarrassing. It is drugs. Skins ruined drugs. See, if you want to get rid of drugs, release more TV shows like that because it makes them look cringe and embarrassing. But anyway, still, like, I understand that. So basically, the person that I knew that happened to, he wanted to smoke weed at the festival, but not so bad that he was going to shove it up his bum.